Let me tell you a story. It's September 22nd, 2019. I'm in Ottawa, Canada's capital, and I'm nervous. Somewhere the clock is ticking down, but I can't see it over the crowd of runners, so I look at my watch instead. There's 90 seconds left. I can hear the race announcer chatting, saying something about thank our troops, something about Canadians and armed forces members supporting each other. I'm actually too hyper right now to focus on the words. There's 60 seconds left. I can hear a brass band in the distance. I think they're playing a military song, but I'm not super familiar. 15 seconds left. I ignore the sweat trickling down my back, take a few deep breaths, and boom. The sound of the cannon is loud enough to drown out the noise of a race with almost 10,000 participants. It's time to run. That was a field note excerpt of my ethnography of the Canada Army Run, a race put on every year by the Canadian Forces to support the Canadian military. As an observant participant, I raced the 5K event in order to explore how militarism manifests within the event space. Now, most of the work on sport militarism revolves around professional men's sport or international competition, around the armed forces and their members, or around the role of capitalism in spreading militarism in sport. So non-professional athletes, non-military people are constructed as sport fans only, which is where my study comes in. My ethnography offers a novel exploration of an event where the civilians are the athletes embroiled in sport militarism. So, what did I find? Well, the Army Run focuses on celebrating the military, obviously. But the end result is that the Army Run functions as a site of pro-military socialization. The space is saturated with military personnel, paraphernalia, and weapons, which partially accomplishes this socialization. For example, at the Race Expo, attendees can crawl inside military tanks and vehicles, or they can handle displayed rifles and rocket launchers, and children are encouraged to try out the military obstacle course in the kids zone. The overt militarism not only normalizes the presence of the military in civilian life, but it also socializes participants to revere the Canadian Forces by participating in this atmosphere of military celebration and gratitude. Now, what makes this socialization so effective is the complete depoliticization of the Canadian Forces. The displayed weapons are divorced from their purpose to destroy and kill, and the training provided to children in the obstacle course in the children's park is presented as wholesome physical fun. The violence inherent in the military is never addressed. The Army Run explicitly references conflicts of the distant past, but there's no mention of contemporary military action. So participants are asked to thank our troops, but what are we thanking them for? The words are performative, and the gratitude is directed but unsubstantiated. In this festive, depoliticized military celebration, space for any engagement with the structures and actions of the military disappears. This enables Canadians to experience ontological detachment from problematic military actions and structures while feeling good about themselves for supporting the troops. By depoliticizing the Canadian Forces, the Army Run is able to generate support without having to address the material reality of war. A full exploration of these preliminary findings has been accepted for publication in the Sociology of Sport Journal. It should be available online sometime before the new year, so please check that out if you're interested. Thank you.